Hello, today I have a talk called Fulcrum Point. So the first statement is you can reach a fulcrum point, a point at which you allow the scales to tip one way or the other. And this is true. We reach a point like this in every moment and also in general. So in every moment we decide between inspiration or reaction from ego. Every single moment we decide which way to go. And then also in general, it can feel coming over your life is a general tendency to, I can feel the shift now. The tendency is now to face toward what is real more and more often, maybe most of the time. And those dips down into reaction from ego feel like a smaller and smaller piece of the pie. It seems to be more obvious. The changeover from inspiration, from reaction to inspiration, seems to gain some speed, to become the presence of the spirit in everyone and everything becomes more obvious. And I feel like that's what we share now. We have both in general this fulcrum point in our life experience where we decide this is the only way to go, the way of inspiration, the way of the spirit. We share the way of peace. And also that same decision in every moment. What am I going to do? Allow inspiration to rule or react? So yeah, there it is. The same blessing can come through everyone because everyone is the same. And this is my opportunity throughout the day. Ego will tell me how different they are. Ego will compare. Ego will make predictions. I've been watching this a lot. Ego making predictions about what's going to come through a particular body. Tonight is supposed to be a debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. If you're listening to this at a different time, it's June of 2024. So and if you think of that, the same blessing can come through everyone because everyone is the same. And you really go into it and you really see, wow, I can face every judgment I've made about everyone. I can face every prediction I'm making about how each and every body is likely to react. And I can remember that it is perfectly possible that loving inspiration can flow through everyone and everything today. Wow, it's good practice. That's what every day is, good practice to remember and allow. Remember and allow. So amongst everything that seems to be moving, you are still. And when we're having a moment where it seems like we're in some profound dis-ease, jangliness, back and forth, you're feeling unsettled. The interesting thing there is that you are still. What you are is stillness. Despite what you're experiencing and perceiving, you are the stillness in this situation. You're not that which is trembling or going from one extreme to the other or unstable. You can't ever be that. And then in a perceived situation with others, whether those others seem to be on a television across the world or right there with you in a room, it doesn't matter. The only thing that's true about them is their stillness, not what appears to be moving and vacillating, being especially this way or especially that way on a surface. That's the projection. They are the stillness. Now what we need to get out of here is corrected perception. So with corrected perception, we allow the love they are to extend, and our perception gets corrected. We're still perceiving something, but it's a something that makes our shared stillness, our shared stability, our shared sanity very, very obvious to all of us. And it's nothing what we're perceiving at that point is nothing to react to. So now we're still in the space where we've projected out all this stuff that seems very likely to elicit another reaction from us, because we project in reaction and then we react to what came from reaction and reaction upon reaction upon, and then we're the only one who could stop it. We're the only ones who can stop it and question it and say, are you real? And then look underneath it for what is real, for what we remember as our shared self, and to allow that shared self to become obvious to all of us. That shared self is still and stable all the time. So whether it seems to be you who is nervous or anxious, or somebody else, it really doesn't matter. You are both that stillness. And that's the important thing to remember. That's the important thing to rest in. The power to work miracles is your own and everyone else's. And I love when Spirit guides me into the area of, hey, don't define the miracle. It's something completely unlike anything the ego can produce. So know that about it. It is transformative. It is related to changes in perception. And I'm told that's pretty much all you need to know right now. That's all you need to know. And maybe another thing to know is when everyone has the power to work miracles, but let go of everything you thought a miracle was, because it gets confusing otherwise. But when we are in touch with our willingness to remember collectively who we are and to allow that to extend, and we keep turning away from reaction, from definition, from comparison, back toward our willingness to really and truly remember who everyone is under all the differing surfaces we have projected from fear, that's directly related to the miracle, and that's our job here. So all we have to do is to relax into this mode where we understand I've been reacting and reacting and reacting and reacting, and you can be divinely selfish and say, I'm tired. Reacting and labeling and comparing and judging, especially positively and especially negatively, is exhausting. I'm ready for a rest. That's pretty much all we have to do. Well, the only thing that's here to rest in is the sanity and the stillness and the peace and the love that we all are. And when we do that, that is the source of the miracle. But a miracle isn't anything an ego consciously performs. It's related to the extension of the love that we are, and it's related to how we perceive things, and it's pretty much all we need to know. Our part is to relax into what's truly here for us. Okay, so our day, our minutes, our moments, our hours, they're all for practice. Practice in our focus. Practice in our ability to allow what is real to extend and assist. So a day is for practice, and during the day, things are going to rise to the surface. Your unrest in some form is going to rise to the surface, and this is your chance to allow it to get rinsed away. So let's think of a situation, something that would seem to make you angry. Somebody does something and it seems you get angry in response. Well, they're helping you. They're pressing a button that allows that thinking that you're doing to rise to the surface, and then it becomes very obvious to you. So whoever seems to make you angry, not possible, but it seems that way, no matter what's happening, it's like they're just being helpful to you. They're pressing a button, and the disordered thinking you no longer need is now right at the surface, and your job today is to allow that thinking to get rinsed away. And behind that thinking is the peace we all share, the stability we all share, the love we all are, the inspiration and power that's shared, peaceful, benign power that's available to all of us. That's what's shining behind all of these thoughts that rise to the surface every day that we can allow to get rinsed away. And the more we allow them to get rinsed away and realize they're really meaningless because they take out separate parts of perception, and they say the separate parts of perception are this way and that way. Well, we're only one thing, and it's goodness without opposite. We're finally willing to remember that now. So we can rest that there. We can rest in our willingness to remember what we are together and to allow miracles, which we don't understand as egos. Ego will never understand a miracle, and that's fine. Our job is just to do our job, to let every day be this practice, and to allow and to remember love is here, and love can extend, and our perception can always be corrected. So hope that's helpful for you today. Wishing you well and happy healing.